Hello everyone, PaperSpock here. We're going to be hopping back into some more Talos Principle right away. I'm going to try to get my mental bearings on what I was thinking. Ah yes, the conservatory. I felt like I needed to rearrange some stuff in order to get through. That's right. We have this laser redirector. We're able to do some stuff with it. I think we need to do stuff with the adjacent puzzle. We wanted to get a jammer out to liberate the, an outdoors laser thing to try to do an interplay in and out of here. Let's see how far we can get this puzzle progressed again. Now let's start out and see if that's what we need to do. I think it was over. Yeah, we don't want to go in that just now. Whoa! This is different than what I've seen. Maybe I've gone around this in a different direction than I thought I was. Maybe it's over to the left rather than the right. But anyway, Epitaph, child program, codename Awakened, terminated here. Logic, child program's positional values moved outside the parameters of the known world. Awakened fell in that hole over there and was terminated for it. Final memory dump. Don't listen to what they're saying. The world is dying. It'll take us with it. You've got to find a way out. Okay. We've got this area here. Like a usual laser window. And these are the windows I'll use later on. But how? What can I accomplish through these windows? I mean, is it just kind of forming a V? I feel like there's another window here. Oh. We're gonna go over and around. I remember that message. About the beauty being superfluous to the process, or something to that effect. Yes. Okay. Power. I don't think I can grab that. No. What I can do is enter this area here and see if I can smuggle a jammer over this way. Can I see? Can I see where I want to go? Oh, this puzzle. I remember this puzzle now. Not that I'd forgotten it entirely, but like... Oh, this was quite a puzzle to work through. I don't relish the idea of solving it a second time. However... Maybe I don't have to all the way solve it. Maybe I just have to part of the way solve it. Right, we're gonna wait for you to swing by. Are you gonna get close enough to me? Yeah, you are, okay. Something in me jumped a little when that happened, even though I knew it was coming. Even though I was, like, intentionally making it happen. Ooh, we're getting some, connection issues. which tanked the frame rate because I am streaming this from a more capable computer to my laptop. Okay, okay. Get on by. Zoom through. You zoom over here and grab the keys. Round. Zoom back. You open the door. Grab the thingamajig. We want to... Whoa. Alright. Good. Stay away from me. No. We want to keep an eye on you. Actually, we're gonna run around this way. No. Gonna over here. No. Oh heck. I'm a little turned around here. What I want to know is that the place over there I need to get to? That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's over and around a bit. Oh. Yes, we're gonna run over this way. Up there. Holding that here. Ourselves a moment to think. It's over this way. Power we want to deactivate. Oh! There is a rainbow here. Interesting. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna remove you. Let you pass. Okay. Now we leave. Instead we leave. Go over this way. And this is now jammed. Ah. Okay. However... Yeah. We've got a laser connector now. Away from that chamber. Away from that turret. Is there anything else of note that I can explore here? I don't believe there is. Now that that was something. That was just one of the things we usually see here, but still, it was something. Now we want to find that one nook where we can look through the wall. Interesting. This... Why is there... Is this window here to help us conceptual... Whoa. There has to be some way to escape. To be someone else. To be someone else. I refuse to accept that reality has been defined by someone else. I deserve my own reality. Deserve my own reality. What a concept. Well... I'm sensing another layer here. I wasn't trying to get into this. Oh. Now, it would perfectly go. But, wait, where did I put it? That would perfectly get a blue laser out of here. I don't have a good conception for this. Oh. Well. Let's see what we can... See what we can jump up and see here. Ah, that's where the star is. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know if it's what I'm meant to do just yet. I mean, I think maybe I need to rearrange that puzzle to be in a certain state in order to be able to make use of it, but for now... So there's this view, there's this window. Cut off quite easy. Maybe we can kind of bend it around there, but what I really want to do, I really want to do, there's somewhere here that I can access both windows. How far over is the second window? Not the second window. This is the second window. Okay. What I want to do, keep that window in mind. Barely see it. Is it over on the other side? I go beyond this window to see the window? Yeah, I kind of do. What if it's a red laser is an interesting question to me. An interesting possibility. I don't think that's the case, but if it is. Where are you getting caught? You are getting caught on the wall here. Means you do need to come over a little this way. Oh wow, okay. Where are you? Okay. Assuming lasers aren't blocked by bushes, which is a question. Suspect not, but I could see that going either way. Go through the bush, that would go through the bush further. Then what can we see through this window? We've gone back that where did it go? Where did the laser go? Ah, there. Is there any way I can see that black dashed line in this window is a question I have. There's a second one of these I need to liberate. Okay, so I don't see much use in this redirector over here, so I think it's going to have to be in the other window. If there's a second window I can connect. I think it can... maybe about there? No, then it... We'll try that. And it's a little sketchy. We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're 18 minutes in. I have some doubts about the star. But... you don't want to fall in the hole. Don't want to fall in that hole. Okay. And we can exit this if we need to and rearrange that. Just kind of an initial figuring of stuff. Blue laser over there. We need to get a laser over. First one is in the pond or near the pond. Probably have to use red laser. If I'm remembering right. Good. Exploring this corner to be sure there's nothing to see here. There's not. Aha! I'm not sure how that works here. I can't adjust you from this side. A little unfortunate, but understandable. Right, and there's this window here. Is there a second laser hanging outdoors somewhere? That would make a certain amount of... That would make a certain amount of sense. Because I don't think I can get it in one and out the other, but if I had two lasers outdoors, I think I could do several cool things. Let's take this, go over here. Oh! Well, just had a brilliant plan. I think that lets us remove this laser. With zero consequence. Okay. It might not be the best place for it, but we did free this laser. Holding the door open. This is coming from here. Holding that door open. Want that? Even better. Okay, cool. Okay. Well... I think we have two of these to play with now. Why am I... Two of these plus the outdoor one, yes. Okay. Can we get it up there somehow? Okay. Yeah, that's about as much leeway as we can get. Move along that line. But... try this over here somehow? No, okay. Okay. Now we have a height issue. Sorry if I got lost in thought for a while. I got lost in thought for quite a while. Let's see where that goes. Nope. That doesn't even do it. Does that even give a straight shot here? We run into a wall still. No, we still go through a wall. Oof. Maybe if we put you on the other side, then you'll surely go. Yeah. Wait a second. Yes! Okay. I now have a use for the external one. I think. I need to think this through. I think I've thought this through enough. That should work. Clear the heck clear that. I think it probably wouldn't reset the world state on thinking a little more, but I don't want to risk that. I feel turned around. That sounds familiar, but I might be... I think I still feel turned around. There we go. So, what we have here, we have a solution. Or do we? Maybe. Okay, we'll see. We may have to do some additional readjustment, but this is taking us, yeah. Puzzle will have taken us a full half hour to work through. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. Oh, or am I? The blue laser will interfere. Damn it. Okay. How can I get this to work, though? Okay, my current silly idea is I find the Cyclops head, and I put this on top of the Cyclops head with this little criticality. That seems kind of silly to me. Like, I don't expect that to be the solution here. So we've reduced this. I think this probably is close to part of the solution. What I'd like to do so how do I get the red to connect while still letting this blue redirect around? That's still on the wrong side of it. Let's see. No, that doesn't. Maybe I can get to this window. Oh ho. Trying to get this position just perfect. And that red laser has to be hitting that. Yeah. Unless... do we have any redirectors we can spare? And that pretty much has to shoot at that. Is there any way... oh, we could put something behind here. So that connection doesn't need to be. Wait, no, that connection doesn't need to be. Wait, no, this connection here doesn't need to be. But that we put this here. Darn. No. Okay. Okay. Darn it. I didn't think this through fully. How could we get the blue around? Or the red around the blue? Huh. Okay, that's an idea. We're gonna... okay. We want to get the red door open. We have the red door open. Let's see what happens if we run around. There's some way to get that open. From here? Yeah. Okay. I want to go back there because I think I can. This may be back where we were having problems again. Yeah. Oh, this is a tricky one. It really is a tricky one, and I apologize for not talking more. I'm just moving around elements, trying to work around elements, trying to get things to fit. And I just, be awfully sad to have an episode where I, like, just totally don't make progress. I'm gonna keep going as much as I can. So, what we have here is, I mean, we could go for other puzzles and then come back here. As a possibility. They might enlighten. It's like if we'd done Labyrinth first. If we hadn't done Labyrinth first and did this one first, we would have had no idea about disabling that scanner. And how to pull that off. I suppose that's true. There could be a missing element. I don't like the idea of having puzzles you can't solve unless you've done other puzzles. Like, I don't like the ambiguity between do I not understand this puzzle, or is there not enough information or resources available to me yet in order to solve this puzzle? I don't like that. I don't like that sort of thing. Like, I like to know whether a puzzle is solvable. Let's see how we can. You know what this looks like in third-person mode? Oh, that's pretty funny. We're just taking a laser blast straight. That's pretty silly. So. How can we use the two lasers we have access to? Wait a second. Okay. Give me a moment. Is there any way from this window? No. Wait. No, probably not. What do you say? This is a rather... It lived up to its name. I mean, it lived up to the hype of the messages of people who had given up. Conservatory. Why would that be called the conservatory? Right. Trying to find a stray laser we can mess around with. I think we have one sitting here. Yep. Question is... can lasers go through these fields? What did this help us do again? I don't quite remember. I'd love to jump over something else. Hammer. Turn lets us grab this. Lets us get back. And lets us escape this. Come on. Come on, come on. Let's see. Are there any laser elements in this level? Yes, there are. Okay. Well, not much we can do here. Just yet. Oh, heavens. Not sure what a red laser does on the other end, but, you know, now that I've got a question, I want to answer. Okay. We have a set of red. Do we have a setup for blue? Do we have a setup for blue? Probably not. If there's a second one, but I forget if there's a second one. However... okay. Let's see. Whoa! Okay, how does that... that doesn't really simplify things for us much here. Because... I mean, maybe it does? Let's try this. Okay. Keep trying to adjust this. It goes all the way there. If we can get back in. Okay. This needs to be activated. This needs to be activated. And then we could be home free. However, we have an issue here we need to address. Need to temporarily find a Where's our extra laser? Well, there's our extra blue laser. Can this laser see? It can! Oh no, it can't. Never mind. Sorry for the anticlimax there. What are we doing here, though? Because the blue could go over here. Then what? Okay. This is... I've used all my lasers, right? Because I have... Laser 1... 2... And then 3. Question is there a... Let's go back, see if we can get this laser to be blue somehow. And then our jammer can get to work. That's not useful. That's maybe useful. Well, is there any dip in the wall I could make use of? I just had a wild idea. Oh, damn it. I want to be able to... So what I want to do, what my thought is, what if I take the outdoors laser and somehow use it inside this puzzle? Like, I can see the blue laser from somewhere over here. Then, yeah. Wait a second. If I stack it here. So let's try this a little to the... No, that's too far. But... Try that. That feels like a good logical... And the other hexahedron. Where did I put it? There I put it. Isn't quite working out like I wanted. There, can we... Is there any way we can sort of see it? We can get up a higher. That could work. Feels quite wicked right now. I think I'm going to resolve the puzzle just to verify there's no extra connector. Well, what would the extra connector be for? I think here. You know what? Let's try a different approach. This isn't an approach I love quite as much. So the thought here. I just don't know. I just don't know. I can get that laser blue, then this becomes trivial. Ah. So I think what I need to do, because I think I'm ending here. I think I'm ending here, and I'm a little sad I'm ending here. I think I need to beat the other levels in this whole area first. And then once I've done that, and only once I've done that, I can go ahead. I need to beat that level, whatever that L is. And once I beat that, I need to see if there's any additional element I can get from it. And if there is, there's something I can get from it, then I can go ahead and utilize that in some clever sort of way to, like, if it gets me in, you know what? Let's find the entrance to the last one and see what elements it says it has within it. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. Also suspicious about using the Cyclops head underneath here. Let's see, what elements do you have? Multiply impossible ascension. You do have lasers. Do you have any holes in your walls that are obvious? And there's the little ports, but those aren't really obvious things. Hard wall here, I feel, in terms of, like, smuggling stuff out of this. There's so much beauty hidden, even if they have no purpose. What if it does have purpose?
Were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words...
Okay. Looking around underwater for another magical thing. I see smuggling stuff. Be unlikely here right now. Curious about that little shrine over there, though. We've walked in a circle. Get to that shrine and let's look around. Right! This was where I read some additional stuff last time. What is the purpose of this? I like that. I like that solution. I've made a little progress. Because I theorized I could do that, and then I successfully did do that. Oh, I loathe the idea of having to do that again. I loathe it. No end. This gets us a star. Like, that feels nice, but like... not what I'm going for just yet. Let's think about this. I wish I could get this inside the puzzle somehow. I don't see what this would let me do. I just don't. Just feel like I'm being quiet for long periods of time and occasionally going, You know what? We're gonna take you into one of the puzzles and see if we can stack stuff on top of you. Yeah. I feel so lost. Follow the path. And see where we head. That's the unhelpful thing. That's the more helpful thing. Yeah. Put it on top of that. No. That was interesting. We can't set stuff on top of this. But we know from last episode, where we went into the underground and jumped up on this, we can use this to get up on ledges. No, thank you. One last idea. Which is... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That's really the key to victory and being silly. Okay. Got that. We've got this. Then we've got this. Oh yeah. Okay, we need to move this around stuff. Oh, I think we have our solution. I'm nervous we don't. I think we have our... We may just have our solution. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if we have our solution. And... And we keep an eye on the... Oh my lord. This is incredible if this works. I don't know what I think of this working. There's another thing where I think at this point it probably is the solution, but it doesn't feel like it should be the solution. It really doesn't feel like it should be the solution. I almost want to send this off to a friend early to see, is this the intended solution? If this works, you know, I need to stipulate if this works. This may well not work. Oh my god. Well. Let's see what we can pull off here. We need to get it there. Ha 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 ha. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ow. Oh, I almost want to try to puzzle through the, I almost want to puzzle through... I don't... That feels like maybe it actually is right. Feels a little wrong. Feels so... Oh? Oh, you came back to keep me company? Okay then, humor me with a little hypothetical. Imagine that a few hours from now you climb to the top of the tower, there's a flash of light, then magic happens, and you find yourself in the real world, living whatever you take to be a normal life there. What would you do then? What's best for me or what's right? Those are much more abstract answers than I was thinking. And also, like, I'm giving this a little extra thought because, like, what's right is it's self-referential. And, what's the right answer? Well, the answer that says do the thing that's right. Just being sure that I mean, I think that's where they want us to go. We'll see. We may be walking into some sort of, like, rhetorical trap. No great surprises there, but let's make things a little clearer. So tell me, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world, or does it apply here as well? Huh. I think I see where this might be headed. I think I wish I had more answers than two in these cases, but okay, so let's be sure I read this, because I'm a little sleepy. So what would you do then? What's right? No great surprises there, but let's make things just a little clearer. So tell me, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world, or does it apply here as well? Well, I would think that it would probably... I think it probably applies here as well. It's just in terms of, like... This is a simulation. And if you have a simulation where perhaps I am a simulated being in this game, like, let's say that. Let's say that I am, for argument's sake. Is it likely that I am the only simulated being in this world? Well, no. No, it's not likely. It's likely there's others. And if there's other people like me, they also deserve things like that. They deserve to be treated right and such. But, like, there could be very, very, very many simulated worlds. It seems like it could get very complicated very quickly. I think it's easier to just say moral laws only apply under special conditions. I like the idea of reality being a special condition. Like, I get what they're going for there. I do. But... oh, heavens. Let's go with moral laws are universal. What a magnanimous dictator you would make. Of course, I'm sure it would... oh, shoot, okay, I was only thinking about this specific scenario, not like, you know, if someone's stealing bread, you don't want to report them. Yeah, not a universal law about, that sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, what a magnanimous dictator you would make. Of course, I'm sure it would take a dictator to enforce a single moral code on the entire universe. I was framing it, yeah. Well, I mean, I did feel I was walking into some sort of trap here, but I still walked into it. Moral laws are universal. What a magnanimous dictator you would make. Of course, I'm sure it would take a dictator to enforce a single moral code on the entire universe. So come on then, what's your magic formula of choice? Is it still some romantic notion about happiness? The more equal everyone share, the better. The more goodness in the world, the better. I think I'll be asked what I mean by goodness if I select that. Consequences don't matter, our reasons do. Oh, that's a little scary. I see no way to explain what I... You know, I like that option. I like that option in terms of being like, unless you list 4 more options, then we go in a loop, or even worse, you don't let me go back to these 3 options. The more equal everyone share, the better. So, share of, I suppose, everything. I definitely, if I pick this, they're going to say, well, what do you mean by goodness? Who's deciding goodness is it still some romantic notion about happiness kind of ties into that? As what does it mean to be happy? Do we maximize happiness by building factories to produce drugs that just maximize everyone's happiness? No, we don't do that. I feel like I know just enough to get myself in trouble here. Oh, like I'm not super well versed in philosophy. I have taken one or two college courses, I think. Can't remember exactly. Yeah, I think I've taken two. Taken an intro, and I think I took some manner of ethics courses. It's been a while. Oh, but I remember just enough for there to be problems for me to realize some of what they're doing, but not well enough to like feel as if I know the right answer. This may just be a demonstration that there is no right answer, because no matter what you say, we're going to come up with some sort of counter argument. Like, I hope when I beat this game, the computer terminal part of the game is available as a text adventure game that you can go through. Because otherwise, if it's not, my intuition is that I'd probably like to just kind of go through and see what the decision trees for the dialogue are. Like, not immediately. I'd want to feel like I'd done other stuff in the game that's worthwhile, but I was not expecting. If I'd known talking to this computer was going to lead to this, I would have saved that for next time. However, I'm in this conversation now, and, whoa. Also, whoa at me solving that puzzle. I'm getting the blue star. I'm getting the star there. Stars are intriguing in this game. They're very intriguing, but I also don't know. I feel like I beat the game, then I go back and get the stars is probably what I do, unless the game locks you out, in which case, how dare you, game? But, the very fact that a certain person recommended this game to me suggests that wouldn't be the case, because I think that would have annoyed them. But not necessarily. Maybe the other stuff they enjoyed in the game would be enough to kind of get them through. The more equal everyone's share, the better. I don't remember the classic response to that sort of thing. More equal everyone's share, the better. That kind of implies lack of consequences. In some sorts of ways, I guess. I'm thinking of an argument against it. Because, like... I mean, I guess my feeling on things is that, there's some baseline of what everyone should have, right? Like, there's certain universals. The question is beyond those universals. Should the stuff that comes beyond that everyone, you know... Oh. I could get into a conversation about saying that, well, this is what I believe everyone should have, and, like, delineate that, but, like, it's probably about what we'd expect, like, you know. Yeah. Like, yeah, I guess the question I'm beginning to run into in my head as I run to this is, like, the typical thing you would say is everyone deserves healthcare, and I like that. The question is, what do you do if you have 10 people who 10 people who are dying, and you have 5 doses, 5 life-saving doses, and if you try to give them a lower dose, it won't work. But that's a, this is, I'm crafting a scenario that wouldn't necessarily apply. The question is, what is a fair way to distribute those 5 doses among the 10 people? That gets difficult. That gets difficult. And like, yeah. I mean, you could do it at random. Kind of a way of like trying to even it out. You do it at random, but then there's other considerations. It's like but like given, yeah. Look, it's tricky exactly how to go about that. The more equal everyone's share, the better. I mean, I wouldn't want all 10 people to get a half a dose and them all to die. Like, ideally, you would produce more doses, and that wouldn't be a problem, or you'd have a system that produces at least as many doses as you need. But in terms of, like, how to go about that, it just, like, I mean, it doesn't seem terribly fair to just kind of do it off of economics. Like, there's a lot of that going around, and people are unhappy with that, and it's understandable, but what is the correct way of doing it then? I mean, you can look at formulas of how long people are expected to live. Like, you could give it to the younger people. That would be one approach you could take, and there would be objections to that approach. Like, let's imagine you have someone who's a famous writer who has a lot of experience and is capable, and they're 50 years old, but they're on the cusp. Like, there's 5 people younger than them, and they have maybe a good 10-20 years more, and they're critical in some way. Or maybe they're doing research. Maybe they themselves are doing research that's important, and science will be set back if they die. Like, tricky. I mean, I think it's okay to stay here. I'm not sure. That's not an option here. Because the question we're answering... So first of all, I said something which, upon thinking again, it gets tricky. I was imagining, like, the real world versus imaginary world. Not imaginary, a simulated world. And I was viewing it through the lens of, is this simulated world less real than the real world, in some meaningful way? And they were more taking it from the angle of, are moral laws universal or not? And took that to mean I was saying moral laws were universal. When really I was trying to say that, like, denizens of a sufficiently simulated world could have... I mean... denizens of a simulated world could have ethical considerations taken for them. Let's put it that way. Like, it's... yeah, well, let's put it that way. Also, I'm going on way long. Hopefully this compresses well when I try to shrink the video, because we're mostly just looking at a computer screen. There are the trees swaying in the background. But I'm a little scared of how long this one's going to take to upload, because I'm at an hour 20. I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. I wasn't expecting to go this long, but I had that last minute brain blast on solving that puzzle. Yeah, I don't love any of these options, so I think I'm gonna go with this. partially to move things wrong. That's right. Blame me for the fact your theory is too complex to express in neat aphorisms. Why don't you think a little harder? Maybe some new ideas will come to you. Oh, good heavens. The less suffering in the world, the better, in my opinion. True goodness can only be attained through enlightenment. Only by abstaining from pleasure can we discover the good. Everyone should look out for their kin. No, I don't like that. More equal everyone's share of the goods, the better. More goodness in the world. I mean, I probably still don't see an option I can get behind, and I'm probably going to get yelled at if I say that, but, like... Ooh. The less suffering in the world, the less suffering. I think that's new. If I don't just kind of pump the question again, and I still don't see it, then that would be a decent contender. Ooh. Okay, so let's... So if I... Okay. So first of all, I am working with the constraint of there being a single moral code on the entire universe. Isn't necessarily what I would have picked if I was trying to think things through. As I said, different circumstances, different things, like, someone... Like, I mean, obviously, okay, a very, very, very easy one is if you're in a burning building, and you break a window to escape the burning building, a lot different than you breaking a window. Did I say window before? I think I did. I'm getting sleepy. I mean, it's like 3 a.m. in the morning or later. 3:20 even. But if you break a window for the purpose of escaping versus those are different circumstances, so that would be a non-universal situation. I probably am in a category I don't really believe in here necessarily. And I mean... I mean, there might be a circumstance where I would say there are some set of moral laws which are universal. However, there are also moral laws that are not universal. Maybe I'd go with that. That feels very, like, wishy-washy on my part, but, like... there is some limited set of, you just don't do this ever, and then there's a lot of, well, circumstances, but then you could create a rule dictating the circumstance. And this is kind of what their true goodness can only be attained through enlightenment. Well, to me, enlightenment is just way too soft of a word for me to really lean into here. The less suffering in the world, the better, in my opinion. That feels appealing at first. But if we're all dead, there's no suffering at all. And, so I don't think I could get behind that for that reason. Only by abstaining from pleasure can we discover the good. That just seems pretty preposterous to me, because pleasure is something that can be good, and if doing something good causes you pleasure, Well, they say you can discover it, but like, I mean, there are things that, like, I consider mathematical discovery, scientific discovery. They aren't always good because, like, we did get nuclear. So, like, it feels like a natural step that would have to happen. Feels like an inevitability, but makes me kind of step back from calling scientific progress good, as much as, like, my gut feeling would be to say yes to that when I stop back and think. I'm like, I don't know about that. Oh. But only by abstaining from pleasure can we discover the good. It's just such an enigmatic thing to me now that I'm thinking about it more, because, like, why? Why is that the case? It just seems to be like this. What I was going to say is, like, um, someone might study math for the progress of humanity without liking it. Someone might do it because they like it, but that wouldn't change whether it was good or not. So if they happen to derive pleasure from it, that wouldn't make it bad. But something here that they're saying is that abstaining from pleasure isn't necessarily good, except for the fact that it's a step. This is about how I'm interpreting this line, not my views here, as I say this. Only by abstaining from pleasure can we discover the good. So, this isn't like... Abstaining from pleasure isn't necessarily good here. Like, it could be bad. It could be bad, but help you discover the good, but then it's too late. Oh. Everyone should look out for their kin, no more than that. No. That's how you get, like, horrible, horrible crimes against humanity. That's probably the worst answer here. But I guess it wouldn't result in the total destruction of humanity. I mean, not directly, perhaps indirectly. The less suffering in the world, the better, in my opinion. Yeah. An answer to that is just get rid of the suffering people, and there's no more suffering. So that's potentially more lethal, but, like, neither of those I like. I'd still say that everyone should look out for their kin, no more than that. Rubs me worse. The more equal everyone's share of the goods, the better. That's maybe not exactly. Yeah, these last three are kind of restatements, but they're slightly different restatements of earlier. Yeah, this is tricky. So the more equal everyone shares the goods, the better. I talked about that earlier. There's situations that get you in that get tricky that it doesn't give any obvious answers to, just on its face. Like, maybe you get deeper into it, better, but, like, more goodness in the world, the better a world it is. Yeah, if I pick that, that's... Okay, these two I can kind of connect a thread between. Because the more goodness in the world, the better a world it is. Well, what if there's, like... Net good is the question, or just good? Because I guess what I'm framing it through when I look at this is a matter of, like, are we talking profit or are we talking revenue in terms of, like, framing it in terms of money? Because, like, if the costs are, like, if there's a lot of suffering in the world and a lot of good in the world, I mean, basically this says, this could be interpreted as the amount of suffering in the world doesn't matter. And then the first one could be interpreted as the amount of good in the world doesn't matter. You could say there should be some sort of equation balancing out those two. Question is, what is the right equation? The answer is, I don't think there's a good answer there. Definitely not an easy answer there. Yeah. This is... Computer gets a little... I shouldn't say computer, I don't know. I think I'm talking probably to another human being who was backed up at some point, or some sort of other agent like that. Consequences. I mean, you can... I would say consequences and reasoning matter in some degree. Because, given a bad consequence, I would say... So let's say we have a toddler who nukes the world. And the reason they nuke the world is there was a button that nukes the world in front of them that they thought would give someone a puppy dog or something, or some other good thing. They misunderstood. So the consequence of their action, a nuke gets launched. Pretty extreme. So if we're looking just at the consequence here, that baby is evil. I don't think most people's gut would go along with that. If they were just kind of going by gut feeling. And then you have the situation of someone who's trying to do something horribly evil, but it accidentally, like... Let's say you have someone who intentionally starts a war for bad reasons that brings the rest of the world together in a way that science advances, that cause advancements that are very, very good. And I mean that is a mixed consequence situation, because some people are going to die in the war. That's not quite what I would like. A scenario where someone tries to do something evil, but it backfires entirely and, like, creates an enormous amount of good. I wouldn't call that a good person who did that. I suppose I'm... Am I judging people or am I judging actions? And I think I'm judging actions, and I think I was trying to... I don't see reasoning as being of zero consequence. And I don't see consequences as of being zero consequence. I'm not sure how to weight that. So I've come up with two pairs, where my answer is I'm not sure how to weight them. So, minimizing suffering or maximizing good. I think there a little of both would be sensible to take into account, but just considering one or the other is a problem. Similarly, this question is one wrapped up inside of it. I mean, maybe this is honest. I just don't know what to... Let's see if I get more options. Okay, I still didn't see an option I can get behind. Well, I'm sorry, but you have to accept that we all have limitations. Make the best of what you had in the first place, or go away and do. I don't care what. I can quite happily have this argument with myself. Let's pick one of these options and see how they respond. I don't want to... I think this is accurate. The more goodness in the world, the better it is. Equal share. Consequences don't matter, reasoning does. I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know that it's the best option, but let's go with that. Ah, that'll... Yep, that's gonna ask me what goodness is. Yep, that's exactly what I think. So what is it that I'm seeking to maximize? Happiness, liberty, equality, wealth, basic goods like food and healthcare. I'm not in a position to solve these problems. All of the above. The thing is, I would probably go with some of the above. Or some weighted mixture of the above. I'm curious how they'll respond if I say basic goods like food and healthcare. Then I want to see their scenario where everyone has food and healthcare, but the world's still a mess. Okay, so they're tying this to the distribution of resources. Basic goods like food and healthcare. Ah, an odd pairing of ideas, but we'll ring them out and see what's what. So the world is better only when the total amount of resources in the world we desire. Doesn't matter who has them, what they're used for. No, okay. It should be shared equally. Yeah, then I'm gonna be told, actually, I meant that other one, probably. Okay. No, one person who has... I guess what I want to say is... Yes, I'd say... I was thinking in terms of met needs. Like, the greater a percentage of people who have their food and healthcare needs met, the better. And... Okay, well, let's go. I'll see if they do what I think they're going to do. Resources should be shared equally. Suppose you ascend the magical tower and wind up in this ideal world. People there celebrate your arrival, and you offer that your equal share of the cash, and to offer you your equal share of the cash is your right. Moments later, you are thrown out of the local shop because newcomers aren't welcome. You are denied accommodation because your money is tainted. Don't worry, you'll have just... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Suppose you ascend the magical tower and wind up in this ideal world. The people there celebrate your arrival and offer you your equal share of the cash. Talking about food and healthcare. I guess let's call it food and healthcare vouchers. This helps me think about it better. Moments later, you are thrown out of the local shop because newcomers aren't welcome. Oh. Hmm. I think they're... I don't like this response. I think I maybe get what they're going at, which is the idea that, like, social programs often are very popular when people believe the recipients of these social programs are similar to themselves, but resist it when they think the recipients are different from themselves. I think maybe that's what they're getting at. I'm this this scene's just shooting back and forth between, like, they celebrate my arrival, they give me an equal share of the cash. Then I'm thrown out of the what local shop? Why is there a local shop? Newcomers aren't welcome. That is the thing that kind of made things click a bit there. You are denied accommodation because your money is tainted. Tainted why? Like, does it tie into the thought I had there? I don't know. This is the first response where there's not a part of me that's like, okay, fair enough, I see where you're coming from. It's just I kind of get what they're saying in terms of, like, my theory is correct a little bit, but I think there may be better ways of doing it, and not what I was trying to propose here. Mm, and I don't know what to make of these responses because the truth isn't always palatable. Are they talking about the functional one possible, but you know, frequently does sort of consequence of this sort of thing, or is it something else? Uh, I don't know, and so I don't know how to answer. I want to say I want a third option, which is, what the heck do you mean? Uh, what the heck do you mean when you say this? I wasn't talking about cash. Um, resource sources aren't being shared. Vouchers are being kicked out, and people are being... That isn't like... Oh, I don't... Not at all I should reconsider, I guess is what I want to say. What do you want to equalize? Let's say all of the above. That's the second best answer. What happens when equalizing everyone's wealth? Make the rich and happy. You can't choose to have everything all at once. You're going to have to choose. Well... what I want to say here in response to that, what I really want to say here is that like, you make a few people a bit unhappy. Like, you're going to be making some people less happy than they are. You're going to make a lot of people who weren't happy happier. Liberty and rights. That, I don't know. I, hmm. Happiness is, I'm going to get asked what happiness is, or I'm going to get to think about everyone, like, just injecting everyone constantly with happiness creating drugs is what I'm expecting if I click this. Wealth? Well, that would just fall as a subset of this. I guess maybe not, but, like, let's hear out happiness. Alright, Nicole. Okay. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Okay, let me read through this. Happiness, how radical. Okay, so if one person is more happy than the other, then the mechanism would not be to remove the happier person. It would be to try to make the other people happier in such a world. Like, this is... I don't think happiness is necessarily the best way of going about this, for reasons I've stated, and other reasons I haven't really thought through here. But what they're saying, I need to read it out. I haven't read it out. Okay, suppose you climb the tower and find your ideal world. The old gods ensure everyone is equally happy. Elated to find yourself in paradise, you are immediately abducted and imprisoned by the local clergy on the basis that you are happier than everyone else. Still sounds so idyllic. And I'm gonna... I wouldn't expect you to understand. I almost want to pick that because I'm getting a little annoyed here. Because this feels like a twisting of the concept. It does, like, earlier stuff felt like it was at least somewhat naturally flowing from one point to the next. Here, I feel like you're producing one possible scenario that doesn't really fit. I disagree with what you're saying, Bill. What do you want to equalize? Let's see what they hit me with for liberty and rights, because, like... problem is you get into situations where, like, if I want to have liberty, if I want to have freedom and rights to do what I want to do, that's going to possibly impinge on other people's liberty, right? It's like, you know, let's say I really, really, really enjoy burning plastic. It's not going to be so good for my neighbors. My neighbors aren't going to be able to do what they want because I so enjoy burning plastic for fun. I love the fumes. I don't know why I love the fumes in this thing. Let's just say I do that. That's not going to work out so well. Like, or let's say I like driving really fast. I want the freedom to get to my destination as fast as possible. And as a consequence, the roads are a lot more dangerous for other people. That's not great. An equalize. What does equalizing liberty and rights mean? Oh, I wish I could scroll up here. Okay. So, liberty and rights. Yes, I suppose they are rather important. Still, this feels like a tough sell. Equal rights aren't at all popular. Is it really your suggestion that someone like Stalin should receive the same basic rights as Gandhi? Or are they... I think everyone starts out with the same rights. And then to protect the rights of others, other things happen. So I would say when Stalin starts doing Stalin things, then in order to maintain the equalized rights and liberties, you have to get in his way. So I don't think they're going to take it the way I mean it, but let's see. Well, that's a bit odd, because on the face of it, Stalin is quite a bit different than Gandhi. In fact, if everyone deserves equal rights, mustn't there be something which is actually equal for them? Equal about them? I can't for the life of me think of what it might be. All equally humans, persons, all equally rational, intelligent, capable of feeling. There's nothing equal about us except for moral status. We all contribute equally. We are all equally capable of feeling. Let's say These two pose whether I want to mean the human angle or the person's angle. That's the dichotomy here. Otherwise, these are very similar answers. For me, anyway. We are all equally rational. We are all equally intelligent, we are all equally feeling. These three seem to be feeding into this. Like, what does it mean to be a person? Then you might believe some combination of these three things goes into that. Maybe you view one as the most important. Maybe to the exclusion of the others. Maybe you believe that... Yeah. Well, let's go with this. So those human beings who are irrational or even brain dead, they don't get the goods because they don't meet the requirements. So now you're claiming brain dead people aren't a person. And... or irrational people aren't a person. I guess I have to say this. Let's see what they say for humans. Yeah. Intelligent, yeah, okay. About what I expected from that. I think these three are going to give me a subset of this answer. Because someone who's brain dead isn't feeling, isn't intelligent, isn't rational. Let's try the feeling one. Right, that's kind of what I expected. I don't know that I want to say that, but I like the idea of pushing back, but I... You're not even trying, are you? So the poor bastard hits his head and knocks out his pain receptors. He gets left behind because he's less capable of feeling. I can't for the life of me think what it could be. Okay. Rational, let's see what they say for rational. We're all equally persons. So I suppose those who are irrational or even brain dead. You're not interpreting that the way... I think this is the ender. I'm gonna go with it. Okay, there is nothing equal about us apart from our moral status. Sounds like wishful thinking to me. Well, very well, proclaiming equality like some kind of prophet, but another thing entirely to explain what it holds. You know, there are shed loads of broken theories less ridiculous than the one you're chewing through. How about I give you some space, a bit of space to consider them? Terminating support session. Error. Resume library archive session. Yes, resume. Oh, and if the real world does turn out to be everything you imagine, do me a favor and leave me here. Okay. I feel like I got a bit misinterpreted there. I understood what I was getting into with that. I may have answered differently. I was just... So, we are at an hour and 55 minutes. This is my longest episode in a long time. And that is a little scary. I think I probably want to go to bed. I'm curious about the star. Curious about trying to get the star. But I don't know that I can do it. I want to take a moment to think about it to see if anything obvious occurs to me, because obviously I have the setup, or at least part of the setup. Okay. So let's see here. Let's look for windows. Windows 98. Just saying words at this point, because I'm getting pretty sleepy, and like I said, I was not expecting that conversation. Would not have talked to that computer if I knew that was coming. I enjoy those conversations. This one was a bit more frustrating than usual. I'm probably circling the wrong building. Yep. That's what it was. Well, heck.
The purpose is written in the hidden words.
Very well. Okay, cool. Am I dying and then being created as a new instance? Like, when I see those messages written in the world, is that the sort of thing where I... Okay, so jumping up I can kind of see some stuff. Oh, heck. Heck yes. Okay. Okay. Where's the blue laser receptacle out back here? Let's see. One moment. Okay. Here it is, here it is. I want to get up here somehow. What do you say? Yes, yes, okay, fair enough. There's some way I can... Blue laser? Let's see. I don't think I'm getting up high enough here. Can I somehow run and jump over here and land on the wall? Let's see. I'm just scared of overshooting it, because this is difficult to try to land. What do I see from here? If I line up from here? Yeah. Okay, wanna keep my eye on this. Oh. It is simple as that. There's a straight shot. Oh, but that... Oh... Huh. Okay, so here's the issue. The issue is, that one... This is only blue. Is there a way of getting this to be blue? Or blue accessible? Through this window. Yeah, that's the question. Just the puzzles tool. So we can't really use that current one to redirect the way we are. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe this is going to take forever to upload. It's going to take so long to upload. Fake paint. Let's give someone a hint here. Stay true to your path. Your wondrous powers are granted those who progress the furthest. I want to hint to people somehow, though. Yeah. I'm painting this. This seems helpful. Basically, I'm saying it can be done. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Okay. I'm still gobsmacked that was the solution. Yeah, we'll figure out placement later. We don't need a blue laser there at all. What? Pick you up. Wherever you are. No, we can't pick you up. Okay, we'll start by... Start by doing that. And we're gonna connect you additionally to this one. Oop. Okay, very good. We pick up this one, which is no longer needed. I think I've got this solved. I think... Oh. We have 3 in here, right? Yeah, we can do this then. That's number 1. Oh, there's number 3. We may have to rework stuff a little, but that's gonna get us that star for sure. Again, I can't believe that I decided to keep going at the post-2-hour mark. But I just know how much setup it's going to require. I see the solution just well enough that, like, okay, cool. Right, we want to select you, and then Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Head back to the lobby. Wait, no, we have one more puzzle to solve here. Well, let's go back to the lobby then. Save our progress, and then next time we will finish off this area. If I thought this next one was definitely going to be very easy, I would do it. I would go in, I would do it, and I would be happy that I did it. But I can't guarantee that. This is already very long. So I thank you all for, if you've made it to the end, thank you for sticking with me. What a journey today was. What a journey this episode was. I really need to get going now, though, so I'll see you next time. We'll solve the last puzzle here, and then we'll head on to the second area. Maybe we'll go to... We'll see. Do what we do. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next episode is a tower episode. I will see you later, though. Have a wonderful day.